DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record.
Say what? Oh no, he said. Where's the money, man? Where's my money?
It's time to man up, America.
Let's do this.
All right, we are live in WTNB Studios here in Cleveland, Tennessee. Man Up America. Let me find the right camera angle here. We're all cattywampus. There we go. We're getting in good space here. You might be listening to us on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, watching us on WTNB, Charter Channel 5, Comcast 210, 27.1 on your digital TV dial. In studio today, we've got Mitch, who's back with us. Say, hey, Mitch.
Hello.
And Slinky.
How we doing?
Now, last time you were on the show, Steve Hartline just rains on everybody's parade.
It's true. It's
Absolutely
true.
rains on everybody's parade. We had this great dialogue going on. He squats on the show.
Right.
He WikiLeaked over everything. And we lost time with you, but we got you back for a great topic today.
Yes.
And so we've got Slinky back in studio. The Shrink's going to join us a little bit later. Hopefully, we cross our fingers.
That's right.
You know, he's kind of like Snuffleupagus in the old Sesame Street.
No one believes he's real.
No one believes he's real, and he shows up out of nowhere.
My understanding is he was getting a petty, and it just ran long.
Well, that brings us to this segment brought to you by Bliss Day Spa.
Cue in the segs.
Cue the segue. Thank you, Bliss Day Spa. Listen, I may have you back for when we do the on-site show from Bliss Day Spa on stress. I've already picked out my robe for that episode.
Hey, they're amazing there.
My wife loves them.
They have lots of talented people there that can make you leave feeling like not a care in the world.
You got to speak in the mic, Mitch.
It's incredible.
Just pull that mic close to you. We want to hear exactly what you have to say about the
Loved
mani-pedi. I bet they could do glorious things for your beard.
I don't know. It's pretty glorious on its
is.
own, though. You know?
Listen,
I need is an essential oil.
You do.
That's the new thing, like the sandalwood and the rosemary and the beard oil.
Whatever happened to just drippings of hot wings and beer, and how that's all the conditioner
I know,
you need?
right? Like sometimes I like to just be able to taste what I had for lunch on this thing. You know,
Flavor saver. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of what's the deal with essential oils? It's kind of like ultimate frisbee. Like what makes frisbee ultimate? Like what makes these oils essential?
Well, we were living before they came around.
Right.
Well, I don't know. It depends.
Well.
Some people say they've always been there. When people ask me, now my wife's big into essential oils, and she's lathered everything in the house, okay? But I just tell people now that I secrete them. And if they want an essential oil, I could give them a real slimy hug.
I'm just rubbing a little Adam Low on my beard today, you know.
Listen, there's a lot of stress. I need more, so I'm going to rub Adam Low on me.
You got this weird bump, just throw a little Adam on it. It's totally fine. No, but the rosemary oil supposedly helps with hair growth. So if you want like a huge
beard
thing,
conditioning, I've noticed for
is
the
a thing.
Christmas season, a huge social media presence on companies who are really pushing, and even on XM radio, really pushing the whole how to treat your beard, taking care of your beard, from combs to creams and all that kind of thing. So I always in my mind, I can't grow a full beard. I'm one of those people, patchy at best. But I've always in my mind felt that a beard was an excuse not to do all those things.
Sure.
And the anti.
And now it's
look.
like, okay, well, if I want a beard, it's more work.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
this
like
is
you
my
don't mow your
question, though.
grass because it'll get so high and stop.
It's just gonna grow back.
My question is, though, I'm sure you guys have seen the, like the beard ornaments and the various beard things that have glitter and such in them. So is that a thing, or is that
My wife says I'm not allowed to shave it until she gets to braid it. So
like
Listen,
ZZ Top
you need to pioneer. Okay. You need to be the very first person to go with a beard bun.
Yeah.
The beard bun.
That's great.
Pull off
Has
the beard
anyone
bun.
ever like cornroad their beard before?
Oh yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
yeah,
that.
that is-
I've seen
yeah,
that.
that's
not
Clearly, I'm behind
too
the
out of question.
times.
But I've not seen a beard bun yet.
Do it.
How long does the beard have to be before you can
Before you
bun
can
it?
beard, I don't know. You know, I know that man buns on the top, like the hair has to be a lot longer than you would think.
Right.
You know,
you
it
could
doesn't.
probably man bun and beard bun at the
Not-
same time.
not quite.
And then promptly lose your job.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. You might get a promotion. It depends on if you use Vocal Fry. I don't know if you heard the show yesterday. Have you heard this Vocal Fry thing?
No.
They have now put a phonetic and speech label to all the kind of new Valley Girl talk where the Kardashians they drop off and talk.
Right.
You know, oh, I'm so not going, and they call it Vocal Fry, and it's a thing.
Do you know why they call it that?
Because it sounds like you're vocally frying.
I don't know. I
Well,
just
it's something to do with the vocal cords. Like you are constricting the vocal cords, and so it's just they call
But
it
from
vocal
here's
fry.
what interesting we talked about yesterday. From peer to peer, people who use Vocal Fry, women specifically, are seen by their peers as more intelligent.
that's so bizarre.
It is very
See?
bizarre. Although from intergenerationally, it's seen as the new Valley Girl.
Right.
So there you go.
I don't know.
Strange.
Vocal Fry.
I'm
So,
all about
Let's hope
it.
it's
Beard buns and vocal fry. It is the day we live in.
Manna.
If you think that our society hasn't been weird enough yet, might I remind you that yesterday, pre-POTUS had a 30-minute or so meeting with fresh out of the loony bin Kanye West
Yes, sir.
at Trump Tower in New York. And with that, folks, I'm officially done. I can't handle it anymore. All of you who are my friends who are constantly upset that I'm somewhat critical of Trump, we have to agree that we draw the line at Kanye.
Everyone should draw the line at Kanye.
Everyone should draw the line at Kanye. Danye
No.
took place
Don't.
yesterday.
Don't.
So I found it interesting that there's no time to have a press conference to ease people's minds about conflicts of business interest, but there is time for a chest bump and brother man hug with Kanye West. And if anybody watched the press conference, which wasn't really a press conference, more of a photo op,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right afterwards, if Kanye West didn't look medicated to the nth degree, I'm not sure it was a productive meeting.
Would it have been productive if he was not medicated?
Well, what kind of productive are we
I
shooting
mean,
for?
that's what
What
I'm
kind of
saying.
medicated are we
When
talking?
have you ever heard anything intelligent come out of Kanye's mouth? That I mean,
Listen,
what could
it's-
have come from this meeting?
This is a new low for me. Even if you love Donald, surely you hate Kanye.
Well, you know, Elvis was good enough for Nixon, so maybe there's something where maybe
Well, but he had a
Kanye's,
whole lot of shaking going on.
but maybe Kanye's looking to become a secret agent like Elvis.
I don't know. The ambassador to hip hop. I have no love for Kanye. I've made that very clear on several
Neither
occasions.
does Kim.
Right.
But he's not at his all-time high.
No,
It's kind
Or
of like
maybe he is.
we all have that member of the
I don't
family.
know.
he did look medicated.
I mean, maybe this is his peak.
We all have that member of the family who's extremely intelligent, not necessarily book intelligent, but maybe they can fix your car. They're the best mechanic
Right.
in your family. You don't ask them to fix the engine after a bender. And arguably, Kanye has been on an emotional bender for some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Because life is hard in Calabasas. It's so hard out
Right.
there.
Well, first world problem.
Most folks are thinking that this was just a publicity stunt. I mean, the only real evidence of anything to come out of that meeting was that Trump gave Kanye an autographed copy of his Man of the Year Time magazine.
Okay.
And that's like or Person of the Year. now,
Person of the
sorry.
year, which he takes issue
This
with.
is
Right.
the what I am gathering, and I have done quite a lot of research on this.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm very
enlighten
troubled.
us on your empirical
I'm
research there.
very-
Mitch.
Now we go live
Troubled.
to the Man Up America official Kanyologist.
straight from the
Okay.
think tank at the Heritage
So
Foundation.
this is like the best case scenario. They're saying that Kanye may be performing at the inauguration, which in my mind, that would be like the best case scenario for things that they could have talked about.
And the worst case scenario for
for
Americans
everyone else,
having to watch
right.
the
But I'm like,
inauguration.
who wants to watch that?
Oh my god.
It would at least
I
make
won't
sense.
watch it.
It would at least lend the meeting to make a little sense.
Right.
If he rewrites the lyrics to Stronger, maybe I'm there. It's the only good song or remotely good song he's ever had.
No, listen.
Do you lose points for knowing any of the songs,
They're,
though, Adam?
okay.
There was a great Kids Bop version of that song that I liked.
So, there are several Kanye West songs that he has alluded to Trump. I have the lyrics. I don't think that we can.
If you can
read
if you would
any of
rap them for us now,
I don't
please.
think
Would
I'm
you like me
allowed
to drop a beat, Mitch?
And begin.
Drop the beat. And do you have the bleeps ready? Do you want me to bleep out myself?
Listen, if the presidential inauguration on January, the only redeeming thing that could happen right now is there be a mic drop at the presidential inauguration on the 20th.
Okay, that would be pretty cool. I can't even bring myself to like Trump in any capacity, but I'd watch that. I'd be okay with
We're
that.
like,
Build the
Obama
wall.
gave a great speech at his inauguration. Yeah, Donald Trump dropped the mic.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like
He was
Trump wouldn't even say anything. He just walks up and drops it.
There you go.
I mean,
Well,
I don't like any part of this.
I'm gonna man up at this point and expose my hypocrisy because I've been pretty relentless on this whole Kanye thing.
Okay.
But had it been Don Willie, like Willie Nelson or something,
Right.
I would have found that cool. You know what I mean? Or Ted Nugent even. I'm like, oh, the Nuge, conservatives, I don't know why we like Ted Nugent. He says
What?
things that make our lives hard and does things that make our lives hard. But we're like, yeah, the president should meet with the Nuge. But I'm sitting here going, he met with Kanye. So maybe that's a
Right.
bit hypocritical.
I don't know.
Well-
the whole thing's just so bizarre.
It's weird.
It's
weird, folks.
One article said that they had a very positive and productive conversation about multicultural issues, including bullying, supporting teachers, modernizing curriculums, and violence in Chicago was the main topic, which I find it very odd that Obama's from Chicago and has been in office for 8 years.
Everybody in D.C.'s from Chicago right now. So here's the thing, including somebody in our
I'm
Hey,
from
you're
Chicago.
from Chicago.
I'm from Central Illinois.
I went.
So,
I, I visited Washington D.C. like twice. So
Did you leave your
I mean,
mark?
it's
But wait,
just as
are
good
you-
as it's just as good as being
Are you
there right
from
now.
Chicago or are you from a burb? Because everyone from a burb says they're from Chicago.
Well, it's because
It's because
half
you
of
wanna
Illinois and
be
Indiana is from Chicago.
So where are you really from?
know.
Naperville?
No,
Schaumburg?
I grew up actually
Aurora?
in Northwest Indiana, which is
Gary?
like it's. Well, that's thanks for
The
thanks for
rough.
that. It's,
Yeah, Gary, Indiana.
my Gary, Indiana heritage tells me that
Yes.
this whole Kanye thing is fine.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
But but from there, I moved to Chicago and
Okay.
lived a few blocks
Proper,
north of Wrigley
Chicago
Field
proper.
for
Okay.
a while. Yeah.
All right, then you can claim Chicago.
So he's claiming Chicago.
So I passed the test.
You're not from Naperville. Okay.
So is Kanye from Chicago?
He is from Chicago,
Is he? That explains so much.
right?
I'm now enlightened. Those are interesting topics to have with Kanye West.
Because he knows so much about those things.
Well, mostly because, I don't know, maybe bullying in the loony bin, wherever he's been, and I don't want, somebody's going to hit me and say, oh, you're so cruel to mental illness and he's in trouble and all that kind of thing. Listen, we have to agree to draw the line at Kanye.
Because his lyrics
the love
do
of
not
humanity,
support bullying at all.
We have to
and
agree to draw the line at Kanye.
He's an advocate for anti-bullying and just speaking life into people.
Which all he's done,
So-
he's bullied people at a music awards show.
right.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, enough of Kanye.
Maybe
enough
he
of
wants
Kanye.
to up the bullying, like scare tactics for Trump to use. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe
I don't-
maybe
At your
Trump
first NATO conference,
I don't
did
know.
you see what I did to Taylor Swift? That's what you need
maybe
to
Trump
do.
was meeting with Kanye to just let him know, look, I'm gonna ask Taylor to sing at my inauguration,
Don't tweet about
but I
it.
don't want you to come up on stage and make her wait a minute, to finish in a few minutes while you say something about me.
Well, the whole premise everyone's saying is that this was a distraction tactic because there were a few controversial things that have been done the past week.
Is it possible that they both know where the body's buried and they just want to make sure they have an agreement? Is that possible? You're
Would
sharing a mic, Shrink. Come sit down.
Would you ever make an agreement with Kanye West that you would trust?
I'll tell you, who's loving this story though is John Legend. because he's not been in the news for like a decade, except because his wife is
Wife,
hot,
right.
And he is now like all over the news giving statements about how this was a big publicity stunt. And I thought, is Trump yay? I don't know. There's
Kanye.
Is Kanye the publicity stunt, or is the publicity stunt
That
you
you're coattailing
saying
it.
it's a
Yeah.
publicity stunt?
Right.
I don't know, Shrink. We got to go to a break, but any thoughts on Kanye? Can we draw the line at Kanye?
God bless you, Yeezy.
Oh my goodness, we've hit a new low on the Man Up America program, but
Yeah,
the
man.
Shrink's here, so we're gonna get to funner things. We're gonna talk about Christmas movies when we come back. Woo! Enough with politics and Kanye. Ric Flair's in the studio, and maybe he's the next one at Trump Tower, which that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. Before we go to the break, listen, guys. Starting, when does this start? Ice skating tomorrow. Bradley Square Mall, ice skating. You don't have to go to Chattanooga anymore. We're giving away tickets on this program.
Where over there are they ice skating?
It's in the old food court.
in
food
the
court.
old food
Yeah.
court? That can't be
Are you
true.
sure there's nothing in the old food court?
Dun, dun, dun.
Ice skating now.
The really cool part about this is you can rent the whole ice skating rink to yourself. We have a private party at the ice skating rink.
Wow. Well, here's the deal. If you want tickets, I'm giving some away. This
Do
is
it.
all you have to do.
Can we give one out right now?
If you're listening to Talk 101.3 or you're watching us on WTMB, call 423-472-8892.
Dude, he just
We're giving
gave your
away
phone number out,
4
Rob.
pairs of tickets.
Who doesn't have it? Who doesn't have my number in this?
Or you can do this. Go to facebook.com/manuptalk. Like the page. Those who like the page, we're going to draw. I'm giving away 4 free tickets on tomorrow's
Ice
program
skating.
to someone who likes the Facebook
Can we talk
page.
about this more when we come back from the
Absolutely. Let's go to the break.
All right, I've got some thoughts on this.
You're listening to Man Up America right here, WTNB, Talk 101.3, The Buzz. You guys are awesome. Thanks for listening as we endeared the Kanye. Rob is not sans shirt today. He's actually got one on, and we're going to talk about Christmas movies and ice skating when we come back. Good to have you in the studio, Shrink. We'll be back in a moment.
Woodman Life has been keeping its promises to members for more than 100 years. That means we've survived the Great Depression, Black Friday, and all the other ups and downs our economy has faced. In good times and bad, we're strong and stable. We're an organization your family can count on. At Woodman Life, we've always believed that slow and steady really does win the race. Our conservative investment philosophies are just one part of the strength of our organization. What really makes Woodman Life strong is the trust and loyalty of our members.
Contact your local Woodman representative today by calling 423-790-2847. With 3 offices serving Southeast Tennessee, your Woodman representative standing by to help you.
Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society of Omaha, Nebraska. Woodman Life, standing strong for generations.
So, how's the new job?
Love it. But it's not just a job, it's a career.
Life insurance? Love?
I told you Woodman Life is really active in the community, right? They support all kinds of community improvement projects. How's your job, by the way?
Don't ask.
Begin your financial career today with Woodman Life by calling 423-790-2847.
Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society of Omaha, Nebraska. Woodman Life, standing strong for generations.
The good Dr. J. Adam here, talking to all the gentlemen out there. For those of you with wives, girlfriends, even mothers, which would make all of you, you need to call 423-472-8887 and talk to the good folks at Bliss Day Spa. Nothing says I love you like the special treatment, the VIP treatment of the services of Bliss Day Spa. Call them today, 423-472-8887. Tell them the good doctor sent you from Man Up America. Are you looking to refinance your home, or perhaps you're in the market to actually purchase? Take it from the good Dr. J. Adam. There's no need to go far and wide to look for mortgage help. Call 339-8086, Home Mortgage Solutions, LLC, right here in Cleveland. Their team's prepared to help you with lending, with refi options. Just give them a call, 339-8086, and tell them the good Dr. J. Adams sent you.
Already talking Christmas movies here on Man Up America, and we are back. Let's go to a good camera shot where you can see all our beautiful faces. Everyone smile. All right, it's taken. There's the Christmas shot because there's a Christmas tree.
Right.
Does anybody notice the Christmas tree in the middle of the table? That's the extent of our decoration this season.
Nice.
That's all we need.
Felice man it up.
What else do you think
Right?
we
Isn't
need?
that
Felice man it up. Brownie point, 10 points. I'm going to start issuing points like
It's
on
like
the...
being
it's like
at
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
We're at Hogwarts.
I'm going to issue points. 10 points to Slinky for the Man Up reference.
Gryffindor.
Out of the blue. Hey, listen, if you want tickets to the ice skating that starts tomorrow, 472-8892. We're giving them
We
away.
haven't given these away yet?
Not yet.
Nobody called in? What's that number again?
472-8892.
472-8892. Can I share this on the socials?
Go. Share it on the
All right,
socials.
I'm gonna
472-8892. Or go to Facebook.com.
Oh, hold on. Dan Buck just asked for the number.
472, Dan. 8892. You have to listen to the program.
Listen to win.
472-8892.
8892. So, or you can go to Facebook.com/manuptalk. Like the page. I'm going to draw for 4 tickets, and tomorrow on the program, I'm going to announce who won those. So we'll notify you on the Facebook too. We'll get you 4 tickets to ice skating. In fact, we may.
I'm not
do
trying to steal this mic.
No, y'all
no,
just put it
but-
right in the middle. I got it tuned up.
Is it
to where
enough? It's
you don't-
good?
You don't
You're
even-
sure?
Just,
Okay.
just face it and you're good.
All right.
Here's the deal. What we may do tomorrow is we might actually give away an ice skating lesson from the shrink.
Oh. Would that be a lesson in how not to ice skate?
I am a
Is
professional.
there outfits involved in this?
Absolutely.
Like one of those
Yes.
speed skating.
We'll let you
Yeah.
pull off a
skating.
panda costume if you can get a hold of it.
I will do it. I'll give away. I will teach you how to skate as good as me.
No, we're good right here.
That's
We're
fair.
good. Mr. Producer wants to make sure you're heard, shrink, because we all just sit at the nectar that comes from your lips.
I don't
Is that like Adam Lowe essential oils?
The nectar that comes from my lips.
It catches on your
This.
beard.
Yeah, I'm going to think about this a little bit. The nectar that
I'm not going to think about this at all.
I-
Ever
Lies.
again.
lies.
I think though that now the Nutcracker ballets are wrapping up, so surely we could borrow like the Nutcracker Prince outfit.
I was thinking the Fairy Queen or whatever.
You know my jam is going to drop today.
Is that a Kanye
My
song?
video,
That was
the video
not
I
safe
shot
for
at Lee
radio.
University,
Oh,
where I wear the Santa outfit.
but where you are the Claus.
So I can get a Santa outfit.
You were an
maybe, and skate
imposter
around.
for a whole day at Lee
Oh
University.
man, listen, when you see that thing, you're gonna know I was the real deal.
Okay. Deep down inside, we all want to be the Claus.
You know what? Deep down,
Santa,
listen,
if you're listening, I think Santa
Yeah.
listens to this program.
I know that he
Santa,
does.
if you're listening, we all want to be like you, Santa.
and true story, you want to sit in my lap. You want to tell me what you
That
want
is
for
not
Christmas?
a true story at all.
Santa uses Adam Lowe essential oils on his beard.
Listen, I'm secreting goodness for all of your mental health out there.
This show is amazing today.
It's
That's
falling
one of the
apart fast.
secret-
It started
We're all
as
getting ready to
Danya.
go on Christmas break.
This is not the show.
We're
for
forward.
I don't even know who this is that I'm sitting next to.
Somebody's like, what did you talk about on today's program? Blah, blah,
Secretions.
Kanye, blah, blah, secretion.
I've never even we're sitting here. And, who are you?
I'm Mitch. Hi.
Have you
Mitch.
and Mitch not been on a program yet?
This is no.
This is the first, ladies and gentlemen, you have experienced the merger of two black holes. The shrink, Rob Alderman, and Mitch are in the studio at the same time. And if we can get J Rob to come back, it'll just be
J-Rob, you know what? I'm going to just say this out loud, J-Rob, and I mean no disrespect, Man, you were short-lived. Like nobody ever gave less. Nobody ever gave less to an initiative than J-Rob. And I'm late every week. Apparently, I'm late enough that there's a whole nother person on the show that I don't even know. Okay?
J-Rob is still with us in spirit
J-Rob-
and behind the scenes.
Listen, here's the deal, world of TV. Here's the thing. When I first came on the show, Adam was like, look, we have this producer, J-Rob. She's going to, like, do our show prep, make sure everything... She's going to be here. She'll sit here behind the... I guess she's Mitch, right? Or whatever Mitch is doing.
I'm just here to be pretty.
And then also, he said that's what J-Rob was
That's
gonna
what
do.
Slinky said when he came on today.
And so we have this whole meeting right after the first show, and we're like, high five, everybody, first show. And she's like, I'm out.
She's still
She
working
hated
behind the
that
scenes.
show
She's
so
going to be
much,
back.
She left after the first one.
She's back in January. You heard me, J-Rob. You're back in January, holding you to that. She's still been behind the scenes, big part of lining up our sponsors. So we definitely want to thank our sponsors. So let's talk, once again, 472-8892 if you want tickets to ice skating. 472-8892, Facebook.com/manuptalk. Like the page. We're going to give 4 of them away there. Let's talk Christmas movies. It's 'tis the season. It's Hump Day. There's nothing better in the news than Danye. Let's talk Christmas movies because I have found myself this year, more than in years past, perusing the streaming services like Hulu and Netflix to find good things to watch with my kids. And I just want folks to kind of know what's out there. So we can talk about some of the best movies of all time. Let's talk about some things that are on streaming. And we'll kind of do a round robin here to start out. Let's give everybody a chance to talk about the best Christmas movie, your favorite. Let's don't do best. Let's do your
Not
favorite.
best, favorite.
Do your favorite because, best requires critical analysis. I
We'll
want to
get
know
best.
if
think
I
we should
say
try, we should try best.
yeah, if I say to you, what movie do you want to watch?
Right, yeah.
That's the question I'm asking. We're going to start with Mitch. Mitch, what movie do you want to watch during Christmas?
I'm an elf. I love the movie Elf. I love the movie Elf.
That
And it
became a
doesn't have
classic
to be
really
Christmas
fast.
time either.
It was an unlikely classic too. You know, who would have ever thought that Will Ferrell would come out with like the next A Christmas Carol? You know, like
Right.
and then there it was, and it's huge.
It is. We
And
watched
it's
it.
hilarious.
I've seen it already
And
this
it's because
season.
like of everything Will Ferrell is, mostly he's Buddy the Elf.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you can look at Will Ferrell and apply him to a lot of funny situations. I think we would all agree like he's one of the funniest television and film comedians of all time. Particularly not having a huge stand-up career, right? But like in front of the screen.
Well, he's not a stand-up comic, really.
That-
He is
that's
a
what I'm saying.
character.
Right, he's a character
Physical
actor, right?
comedy.
And so
natural.
to be that guy, he's top 10 of
I mean,
all
when
time,
I think
right?
of Will Ferrell, I think of first Elf, and then we're going streaking. Like those are what I think about.
Old school.
Old school.
Old
Right.
school, yeah.
So-
Will
But so
Ferrell
of
to
everything,
me,
he was Buddy the Elf. He's so gleeful in that performance.
my favorite comedian of all time was much like Will Ferrell, and to me, Will Ferrell, Steve Harvey in his heyday.
Mitch is not just another J-Rob.
She's in on this.
I'm sorry, J-Rob's somewhere. J-Rob's so sweet. And she's like, well, I want the shrink. Shut up.
J-Rob,
sorry,
he's
J-Rob.
fired. If you wanted to.
Listen, that's right. If I'm gone, I'm firing myself, J-Rob.
So, to me, Will Ferrell is as close to the modern version of a Tim Conway
Yes.
that
Yeah.
I can imagine. Tim Conway, absolutely my most favorite, just entertainer. I don't call him he is a comedian, but he's not a stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
he is a
right.
sketch comedian, just
That's
a
it.
funny, in the room kind of guy. And Will Ferrell to me rings that.
Yeah. I mean, you just want to be friends with him. 'Cause you know
So,
it would be fun.
Buddy the Elf, hey, hit us on Facebook. Let us know what you think of Elf. Elf. All right, so Slinky, over to you. Gotta watch. What do you gotta watch?
Favorite. What's your favorite?
Die Hard.
Of course.
Greatest Christmas movie ever
It's
made.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. 1988's classic. You know, you can't beat it.
There are those who think Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and then there are those who are wrong.
That's right. And those who are wrong, you know, there's more Christmas in Die Hard than there is in It's a Wonderful Life.
That's
and,
true.
And people don't really think about that, you know, but it's true. It's a Wonderful Life is awful.
It is an awful movie.
I
Not
don't
really.
agree with that.
It's not so.
Have you?
It's
Well,
a
they've got
Wonderful
it.
Life is not awful.
Well,
Oh, it's terrible.
No, hold on.
I won't get on that train.
I've
I
never
won't
been a
get on that
fan.
train.
There's a couple of very famous, very popular Christmas movies. I've never quite suited me. It's a Wonderful Life is one of them. It
has never been proven.
It's not
that
a happy
every time
movie
a bell rings,
in a happy
an angel
season.
gets its wings.
I don't know
Okay.
if I can speak fully
And it's
on
not
that,
disproven.
because I've never actually watched It's a Wonderful
Logical
Life in its
fallacy.
entirety because I'm like,
It's over 2 hours long.
Well, there's an hour version of it at Dollywood right now that I had the privilege of sitting through and holding 4 young children through. The entertainers did a great job, but just not my cup of tea. It's too dreary for the Christmas season.
Well, it's
for
a
me.
movie about suicide, not Christmas.
Absolutely.
You know, and here's what I never understood. What really confuses me about this movie is that, you know, it takes place in Bedford Falls, right? And he goes to Bedford Falls would be Pottersville if Jimmy Stewart's character never lived,
existed.
right? And so they go to Pottersville, and it's filled with all these horrible things like a bowling alley and a jazz club. and then they go back to Bedford
I tell you, there's
Falls.
trouble right
And
here
then
in
he
River
goes-
City.
Right, and then he goes back to Bedford Falls, and as he's running through the streets, going, "Oh, thank goodness, it's back in Bedford Falls!"
I'm
Like
back on the right
he
side
runs
of the tracks.
past such wholesome joints as a school uniform shop, you know, and a gown store. I'm sorry, but Pottersville seemed like more exciting to me.
Kanye and I want to hang in Pottersville.
Yeah, maybe we should go back to Pottersville.
So yeah, it's kind of it's true of that era. You know, just like I made the Music Man reference of you know, trouble that rhymes with T, that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. You know. So you're a diehard guy. All
am
right,
a
Shrink,
diehard.
where are you? What are you gonna
I'm
watch?
a diehard guy. This is
You
well
can't
known.
pick what's already been picked.
Why, but we're supposed
No,
to pick
okay,
our favorite.
your favorite diehard.
I
Go ahead.
can't. My favorite's Die Hard, and I watch it every single year, and I have been watching it every year since 1988, and it does get
how
me in the
old-
Christmas
were you
spirit.
Like 4?
Mitch,
or
why do you ask
do your
questions?
parents
Mitch,
let you watch
Mitch,
Die Hard at 4?
Oh, poor little young Mitch. How young do you actually think the men are sitting around this table? I will admit we have good genes. Okay, but trust me when I
Levi's.
say I was fully capable of watching movies in 1988. And so I love Die Hard. I love the whole franchise, even the ones that aren't that good, because I like the original so much. So the original pays for the sins of some of the
Do
others.
you stop at like number 4 and then they start getting increasingly worse? Or
They start getting increasingly worse at number 3.
Yeah,
Number 3 was brilliant the year it was made, but if you've watched it recently, it doesn't age well at all.
It doesn't age well. But yeah, 1 and 2 are the classics for me, but I like them all. I even liked the newest one, but I thought it should have been an R-rated film. We won't talk about that now. That's not on topic. But
Die
my
Hard.
point is, Die Hard's my favorite, and I love it, and I do think it's a Christmas movie 100% all the way, and it is part of. Now, there's several movies I watch every year, but it's on the list.
You have 3 people here who are from Chicago or Naperville.
Right, Naperville.
The Naperville area.
Lulz.
I'm not going to do Southerners any favors
So I think
my coming up pick.
we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Hammond, Indiana classic, A Christmas Story.
Which is another one that I can't stand.
And
Really?
No,
Absolutely.
See, so
I
A Christmas
would've-
Story is actually my number 2.
It's my number 2
It's
as
my
well.
number
Can't
2.
do it.
I watch it every single year. I love it every single year. It's clever. The script is one of the greatest film scripts, not just one of the greatest Christmas scripts.
Based
but
on
that- but
Gene Shepard's books.
That's
yeah.
correct. And if you had to pick a movie that properly captured a place,
Oh, man.
that movie
That film
nailed.
is The
I am
Legion.
from Northwest Indiana.
Yep.
I lived in the town next to Hammond, Indiana.
As did I, yeah.
Christmas Story was my life. Exactly like it. You bump that up a little bit to where it's taking place let me just say, Indiana didn't change much. Like from the time that A Christmas Story is written to the time when I was
now.
Ralphie's
To
age.
now.
To now, it's
To
still
now.
the same.
Yeah.
It's still the same.
Mr.
Here's-
Producer, you getting calls on those tickets?
Somebody wants to talk about Christmas movies.
Oh, Lord.
Bring it on. How
Who
do we
is
make
it?
it happen?
Well,
Dan Buck.
well,
All right, bring me this phone.
I do want to say one last thing about A Christmas Story because
I
it's
need to know
because
why
Dan
Adam
Buck
doesn't like it.
Is on the phone.
So here's the interesting thing about A Christmas Story is it's directed by Bob
Give
Clark,
me that phone right there.
who is the same man who brought us such classics as Porky's and Porky's 2, The Next Day, and Baby Geniuses,
Baby Genius.
and Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2. And then he makes this movie. Like,
Right.
how did that happen?
Dan Buck, are you still there? All right, let me get you on speaker.
Oh, no.
Okay, on the phone with us is
Professor.
thespian professor aficionado Dan the Legend Buck.
What's going on?
So, Dan, we're talking Christmas movies. Give us your 2 cents.
Well, I wanted to mention a new discovery that I've made, or a new rediscovery. I'm starting to get into old television shows that are long gone and watching their Christmas specials. It's a thing I like, and specifically, if you want to see a truly bizarre piece of cultural past, watch the Pee Wee Herman Christmas special.
Cultural past. Oh.
Maybe we should
It
leave
is on
Pee Wee Herman
it is
in
on
the past.
Netflix, and there is the strangest. Is a Little Drummer Boy performed by Grace Jones that you've ever seen.
Okay, that being said, has anybody watched on Netflix A Very Murray Christmas?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the number with him and Chris Rock singing was probably that was comedic gold.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I did not love that.
I didn't either, but that
I thought it was
that
slow
part,
out the gate.
It was very slow, but it was meant to be slow. Bill Murray operates in awkward, right? I mean, that's his thing.
Agreed.
So
Agreed. I don't know. There was something maybe a little too forced about the awkward.
I think he's just old.
I don't know. It never brought it home for me.
So Pee Wee Herman's Christmas. Dan, I'm gonna leave you on the line, and I'm gonna tell you my favorite. Everybody's been so deep, and I'm not going to do Southerners any favors. But Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Land of Misfit Toys
Yeah, man.
will always grace the television of the Low House.
That's on my top 5 that I told you. We listen. I watch it every
Santa
year.
Claus is
Absolutely.
coming to town,
If I ever
That's
wanted
right.
to be a dentist, it was at Christmas.
Yeah, man, that's fantastic. And I am clearly Yukon Cornelius.
You are Yukon Cornelius.
What's up, Mitch?
I
What's up now?
Hold
Did
on.
you see Mitch's mind?
The Buck is talking. The Buck is talking. Hold on. Go ahead, Dan.
I was wondering about the Island of Misfit toys. Most of the toys, they have a slight mistake, like the train accidentally has square wheels or whatever. But I want to know about the doll who accidentally they made cry strawberry jam, like that, or grape jelly.
That's
like,
just
that's
delicious.
a very, very strange mistake. What kind of
Well, there was
toy makers were going on there?
there was a squirt gun that shot something weird too, and I thought I want that squirt gun. It shot like jelly or something.
Or maybe it shot jelly and she. What was the doll's problem? She cried all the time. I don't know.
I don't know. She looked normal. She didn't have like a club foot or anything.
Right. I mean, I've dated girls who cried all the time.
This is what I thought. This is what I thought was weird about that. That once you pull an animal's teeth, it is now domesticated. As a child, I was like, well, that rabid raccoon doesn't look so tough if I just can pull its teeth.
It is full of teeth.
Take
away the danger.
Speaking of weird things about that, the guys who did that stop motion for that, they later did a Halloween one called Mad Monster Party. Have any of you seen this?
but I want to.
It is the most horrible, awful train wreck you'll ever see, and you'll have to watch every minute of it. It's crazy.
Well, Dan Buck, anything else that you think that our viewers need to watch this holiday season? You are super dad. You've got 2 amazing boys. You are obviously a person whose tastes people should listen to. What do they need to watch?
How do you listen to a taste?
Man, I'll tell you. I mean, I've come to appreciate the really terrible in Christmas this year, and so I just encourage them to go to like a Netflix Christmas and look for the thing that makes no sense.
Like
to
your
have a
Christmas sweater
special.
in your Christmas picture. That made no sense.
Right, exactly. Like us riding our little animals through the mall in our Christmas biker sweaters.
All right, little plug for Dan Buck as we get off the phone with him. Dan's got a
Merry
show
Christmas.
that he wrote that the Ocoee Theater Guild's doing this February at the venue Creekside. Give us a little synopsis of that play.
All right, well, it's a 2-man show, half improvised, half scripted musical extravaganza about online dating, and it's called I Less Than 3 You, and it should be a pretty great experience.
All right, Dan Buck. Thank you, Prof.
Thanks, Adam. We'll talk to you later, man. Merry Christmas.
That was the Dan Buck. Dan Buck called into my program. That's the Prof. The Prof. Dan Buck is an amazing, amazing director, writer, all around funny guy. So we're glad he called into the program. All right, so I told y'all Rudolph, Land of the Misfit Toys. Now let's go in. I want to know your guilty pleasure.
Well, this is funny because I'm looking at a list, and it says that How the Grinch Stole Christmas is all the way down at number 29.
Wow.
Which is shocking to me.
I mean, I like the Grinch.
The original, not the Jim Carrey version.
Sure.
The original.
You
is
would
at
think it'd be
29.
higher than 20.
Absolutely.
Let's scroll
There's
up, though,
there's
Mitch,
lots
and
of
let's
good
see
ones.
what's...
I mean, you've got Christmas
I mean,
Vacation, Home
Polar
Alone.
Express is above it.
Polar
Go back
Express is
down, go
the
back down.
creepiest movie
Yeah,
I've
I'm
ever
not a big
watched.
fan.
Like that, Jim Carrey's A Christmas Carol rates higher
Right.
than Grinch.
And
Weird.
all
Stolen
three of the
Christmas.
Santa Clauses.
You're on
Where
the
is
wrong- you're on a
Scrooged?
bad
Speaking of Bill Murray.
Scrooge was, is 15.
Scrooged is great.
How about Christmas Vacation?
I've never even heard
Christmas
of this
Vacation is good.
Christmas Vacation is
What
great.
about
Bad
Gremlins?
Santa is
That's just a
Gremlins.
bad
Gremlins
list.
is a
That's
great
just-
Christmas
That's
movie.
just a bad list.
That whole movie
Christmas
takes place on Christmas Eve.
Okay, let's
so
go with
guilty pleasure.
guilty pleasure.
What does that mean? How are you going to define guilty pleasure there?
Let's flip
Jay
this.
Adam.
And I'm going to reveal. I told y'all I was going to drop one on you here.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to be received, but it is my guilty pleasure. This past weekend, my children and I watched it. And unlike a lot of movies that I grew up with as a kid, you know, like Goonies and The Last Starfighter and Enemy Mine, I watch them as adults now, and or like, you remember The Last Dragon? When I say who's the master, you say show enough. As a kid, that was the most amazing movie.
Right.
I watched it as an adult, and I was like, okay.
Underwhelmed.
Yeah. Enemy Mine is still just as amazing, but now
Enemy
it's
Mine's
much more boring.
It's slow.
It's super
very
slow now.
because it's built in that time where now we're accustomed to CGI, and it's
still
just
like,
not.
I still like the Goonies. I think Goonies is a good movie.
Goonies, it's just not. It was better as a child.
Well,
so
sure.
this is one of those
You want to be a
movies.
Goonie.
This is a Christmas movie that, as a child, I thought was amazing, and even now as an adult, it is still amazing to me. And that is Ernest Saves Christmas. So we watched it this weekend. Jim Varney, still funny. Ernest Saves Christmas, and my kids loved it, and I loved it, and that's my guilty pleasure.
That's your guilty
I wasn't allowed
pleasure.
to watch any Ernest movies.
Why not?
I don't know. Ask my mom.
Okay, Kathy,
Dear
get Kathy
Mitch's
on the
mom.
I
phone.
don't know.
Dear Mitch's mom, why couldn't Mitch?
What's wrong with Jim Varney?
Yeah, why couldn't Mitch
don't know.
watch Jim Varney? And also, why'd you name your daughter Mitch? I mean, we can ask, right? We were in the middle of asking.
Actually,
Right.
technically, this show named her Mitch,
Yeah, Adam named
Oh.
me Mitch.
just like
Okay.
you were named the Shrink.
Oh,
in the
okay.
show.
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I like
yeah,
it.
guilty pleasure. Ernest Saves Christmas. That's mine. Y'all rolled your eyes. That's all that needs to be said. So let's go to you, Slinky. What do you think?
You know, my guilty pleasure is the Bells of St. Mary with
Humphrey Bogart.
no, the Holiday Inn, White Christmas guy. Why is his name is just flew out of my mind. Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I said Humphrey Bogart.
And truthfully,
Bing Crosby.
the
Sorry.
only reason that one is my guilty pleasure is because when I was growing up, whenever we go to my dad's parents' house, my grandparents, that movie was always on at their house. You know, we would go there for Christmas, and that movie was just always on. And so it always, reminds me of that. My wife kind of has the same thing with Holiday Inn, kind of the same experience.
Right,
but
she has to watch it.
yeah, but as far as like really awful stuff that I love to watch at Christmas time, it's the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, that
That's-
is very, very, very bad.
B. Arthur doing a little sing and dance
and it's
number.
Did
so
she die
bad.
at the end?
No,
or
but I know
something?
that there's like a weird, creepy, like sort of Wookiee porn sequence in the middle of it. It's bizarre.
What's
Yeah.
funny about that is my 7-year-old swears the Ewoks are Chewbacca's babies.
Well, I have always wondered why, when the Ewoks encountered R2D2, they made him their god when Chewbacca's standing right there.
Daddy issues.
Have you ever thought about that? You're like, I would be like, all right, I'm a little fuzzy guy, and that's a really big fuzzy guy.
And
That's
instead they
my
go
God.
with the gold C-3PO robot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
he was
Oh,
shiny.
it was C-3PO?
Yeah, it
Or
was
yes, C-3PO,
C-3PO. Yeah,
sorry.
some of us know those movies.
Well, I'm just
Adam, it's time to man up and become a Star Wars
I've
fan.
well, no, I've already talked
Friday.
about that. I like Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars foaming at the mouth kind of guy. I was more of a Trekkie. My dad was a Trekkie, and so
Yeah.
that was more my tune.
That's fair.
Like I know Spock's blood is green. You know, that kind of stuff. I mean, weird stuff. Yeah. So, Rob, guilty pleasure.
Man, it's hard. That's a difficult one for me because I feel like the ones that I watch are pretty much mainstream that everybody likes, and so it actually made me feel pretty boring. Just now to think I don't know that I have any. Can I go a different route with it? One thing people
You're the
don't
shrink.
know. Yeah,
What you do is you redirect.
I can't. I have to. I kind of have to. I don't have any weird Christmas movie that I love. I don't even have the Star Wars Christmas special, although I certainly would watch it. Like Slinky and I've watched it a few times through the years, like when we're hanging out on Christmas weekend. But it's always like been at his.
You watch
place.
it for the novelty of it, not
right,
to really
right.
enjoy
I
it.
watch it for the novelty, not because
it's bad.
Not because I'm like him. And the majority of the ones that I really like are the ones everybody really loves. But I will say this is kind of a quirky thing that I do, is that already I have begun. I only play Bing Crosby's White Christmas between now and New Year's. It's literally the only Christmas music I can stand to listen to on repeat, and I put it on repeat. I know every single note of it. I don't know if it's an OCD issue. I can kind of handle the Peanuts
It's the best
theme.
rendition of White Christmas.
So I put that
What's
album
the original?
on. I put that
it's just
album on.
Everyone's redone that, and no one's quite measured up.
So I put that album on, and I even listened to Christmas in Killarney, which is like the worst song on the album.
Right.
And I love it, right? Like I'm just absolutely enamored with it. So for me, like the soundtrack of my Christmas is White Christmas, literally over and over and over.
Let's come back to that. Let's talk about Christmas. I want to finish up with your guilty pleasure, but
Sorry,
let's talk about
I didn't
songs.
mean to bum you guys out without having a guilty pleasure. I could say I did watch Bad Santa and thought it was funny.
That's definitely a guilt.
So that's
a different kind of guilt.
That's like something I shouldn't say out loud.
Different kind of guilt.
We will pray for you.
You know what, Mitch? During the break, you were able to quickly pull up a Facebook page on your phone that only you knew about. Slinky and I didn't know about this mischievous elf page thing. So we'll pray for you, Mitch.
Yeah, that is very off color.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart, Mitch.
You don't even know what you missed.
You don't even know.
I love her to death, but now, go ahead. Tell us your guilty pleasure, Mitch, other than what I would say doll porn. That's
and the mic is
yours. All you, Mitch.
Now that I'm sweating a little bit. I don't really have a guilty pleasure. We love Nightmare Before Christmas, which is, and
it's a Halloween
I love that
movie.
one
and
too.
South Park.
It's a Halloween
No,
movie.
it's a Christmas movie.
It is not. It's a Halloween movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's always syndicated at Halloween.
It's both. It's for that awkward time in between the holidays that you... South Park Christmas, I mean, we watch that as a family.
That qualifies
That's
as
like
a guilty pleasure.
We watch it as a family, and it's so bizarre to hear, little ones talking about Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo, but it's just what they know.
Oh,
But
my goodness.
honestly,
So you play it for children?
The children have seen it.
The children
The
watch
children have
I don't
seen
think
it,
my
Mitch?
children have seen it.
Hey,
but
you were
there
watching
have
Die
been.
Hard at 3 years old, Rob.
Weird.
But
This is
more
weird.
so, when I think about Christmas.
We've reached
movies,
an all-new
I wish I
low
was
on this
3
show.
and 85.
And I thought my Ernest Saves
No.
Christmas was going to be the bad note.
When I think about Christmas time in movies, though, we've always done all the police academies, like when we're all together at Christmas time.
Like all 15
like
of them?
all of them.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So,
pretty cool.
It's kind of weird, but
Well, let's get to I like that Rob took us down this very therapeutic and cathartic track of Christmas music, which we didn't plan to talk about, but you brought up Bing Crosby, and that's just a classic voice, right? Mm-hmm. So let's go around, do a quick round robin, and let's talk about Christmas songs we love and those we despise.
We all know.
Can we all
Okay.
just agree on Christmas shoes and move on?
Christmas shoes? Yeah.
Christmas shoes.
As far as worst?
There's one that I hate
What about-
worse
what's
than
that
Christmas
Mariah
shoes. I
Carey
can't.
song?
I'm gonna
Christmas shoes?
look up the actual song title because I don't know it. All I know is it's got
Worse than
trumpets in it
Christmas
and it's girls
shoes?
singing in unison.
Is it simply having a wonderful Christmas time? Because that one often goes hated quite a bit too.
Whatever.
No, simply having a wonderful Christmas time is the Paul McCartney one.
I don't know. But did you know that the Beckham's kid just released a Christmas song?
Did they?
Yeah, because he decided 5 weeks ago that he wanted to do this, so they
Wow.
decided why not. When you have lots of money, that's what you can do for your
That's
children.
right.
Slinky and I are recording a Christmas song. Ready? I'm gonna break it down. Go, Slinky. You sing.
Christmas time in Cleveland.
You sound like Buddy the Elf. I'm singing. So I don't even know the name of this
You still
song.
got it.
I do.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what we do listen to. Nat King Cole, classic Christmas album.
Sure.
We keep that one on at the house. My favorite new album is actually one that's really, really recent. And well, there was one from a few years ago. The Katinas did a Christmas album that I really, really love. And Chris Young's got a new country Christmas album.
Amazing, yeah.
And his new Christmas album is probably the best with new material on it that I've heard. He's got a new song called "There's a New Kid in Town."
And that's
It's
why
not
I'm
overly
saying I'm
complicated.
weird.
He
I've
sang
heard
that-
none of it
he
because the
sang
only
that
thing I'll
on
listen
the-
to is White Christmas.
It's really-
The Dolly Parton, Smoky Mountain Rise together last night. He sang "The New Kid in Town," and
There
it
you
was
go.
really good.
I like,
And then promptly donated $50,000 to the cause.
I
so
literally
there
only
you go.
listen to Bing Crosby or make fun of Christmas shoes. I left that off the list. I also sing Christmas shoes myself.
Right.
But I only do the part where he goes, "So I laid my money down."
I like my guilty holiday song or music, is Hanson did a Christmas album, and it is so money.
You are all into Hanson. Slinky went all in.
But it's
when
like the
Hanson
most.
came
It's
out.
like the
I
most
thought Kanye
jovial.
would be the low point of the program.
No,
it was Hanson.
no.
You and your
we could go so much lower.
So
than
Donald
Kanye.
could have done worse.
He could have had
No,
Tim
that's
Conway
true.
West.
Where is Hanson nowadays?
They're still playing.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're like married, and one of them does like a Viagra commercial.
How do you know?
Is it Merry Christmas, Baby? Didn't Hanson do that one?
Yeah, they did that one. They've done a bunch of them. But there's I also really like Melissa Etheridge. Recently a couple of years ago, put out a Christmas.
Springsteen did Merry Christmas, Baby. too.
Springsteen did not.
Santa Claus is coming.
He
to
did
town.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
You know, I allow 2 Christmas CDs in our home. I'm considering a third, but 2, Lionel Richie and Kenny Rogers. And those are the only ones that are allowed to play.
Picture a Kenny Rogers Christmas
Ugh.
album in my
Hey,
head,
don't
but I
talk
have
about
I don't know what a
trouble-
Lionel Richie.
I don't know what a Lionel Richie Christmas album
Mm.
sounds
I'm
like.
considering allowing the Pentatonics to come in. To
Oh, I love the Pentatonics.
So,
I
I'm
am
on
one
the
of those
fence, though.
that doesn't like Wham's song. Last Christmas I gave you.
Oh, that one's pretty bad. That one's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one.
There's speaking of horrible Star Wars Christmas stuff, there is a Star Wars Christmas album, right? It's called Christmas in the Stars. But no
In the
joke.
Galaxy.
No, and it features such great songs as "What Do You Get a Wookiee for Christmas?" Parentheses, when he already has a comb. And then, but anyway, that album is significant because it is Bon Jovi's very first musical appearance. He's like 14, and he is like
Bon Jovi, really?
Yeah, John Bon Jovi. He's like the little boy that they found that was like, "You're the greatest singer in the world. You should come be on this Star Wars Christmas album." And he was like,
so this is
"Yeah."
this is an old album.
It's very old. Yeah, it's
Okay.
from the 70s, and it's the very first thing he ever recorded. He's like a teenager. It's hysterical.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What's that Mariah Carey song that she still is performing?
Oh,
to
that
this
one's
day?
horrible.
Like buttering herself into the dresses and like still trying to sing it.
Hey, I'm the
These
guy
kids.
that likes the big Mariah better. Okay, so back off, Mitch.
I can't. Homegirl crazy. Homegirl is nuts.
We're back in. Oh, what was the phrase you dropped yesterday when we were talking about Vocal Fry and Valley Girl?
Totes adorbs.
Which is evidently a sentence.
Look at that one right there.
Totes.
She's like,
Do you not use totes all the
Even
time?
your child is shaking her head.
I
No,
know.
do not do this to me, mother. Man, I can't find
You're
this
talking
Christmas
about
song.
Vocal
It's
Fry
Christmas.
Vocal
Yeah, we were
Fry.
talking about Vocal Fry.
That's a good one
You
for Man
missed
Up
it.
America. Man, I can't believe I missed it.
Yeah, that was great.
Can you say
Bummer.
it in vocal fry
Rob's like, for those of you on Radio Land, didn't see the facetious look on Rob's face.
Bless his heart.
I know.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Rob.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So
Totes
yesterday
adorbs.
we played a clip of the Kardashians and their vocal fry, and today we talked about Kanye. So this is becoming a pop culture show before you know it.
We're an equal opportunity.
Hey,
That's
Rob.
right. You know what it is? We just couldn't wait to get out of politics. Now it's like
Listen,
the whole world is open.
We're digging and digging hard, I guess. Hey, listen, great show. Thanks
It's
for
okay.
being on
It
Man
was
Up
all right.
America today. It's all right. Listen, watch a Christmas movie, any Christmas movie, whatever makes you happy.
Batman
Have a guilty
Returns.
pleasure. It's Christmas. We all have them. I actually like fruitcake. I'm that guy. So, listen to Bing Crosby. That's Nat King Cole. Katinas. What else did we say? Do not listen to Christmas shoes. And that's it for Man Up America Talk 101.3 The Buzz. TNB Television. We're out.
The Good Dr. J.